Hello students, today we study next 2 points, that is 3.4 menstrual cycle and 3.5 fertilization and implantation. Both the points are from Unit 6 reproduction and Chapter 3 human reproduction part 3. First we study about menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle, the cycle of events starting from one menstruation till the next one is called menstrual cycle. Or you can also say that the reproductive cycle in female primates. Example, monkey, apes, human being is called menstrual cycle. So the reproductive cycle in female primates, which are the female primates? Monkey, apes, and human beings. It is called as a menstrual cycle. The next definition you have to remember is menarche. What is mean by menarche? The first menstruation begins at puberty. It is called menarche. And the next definition you have to remember is menopause. The menstrual cycle ceases to operate at the age of 50 years. This phase is known as menopause. So, around the age of 50 years, the menstrual cycle stops, and that stage is called as the menopause. So, here you have to remember three definitions: what is mean by the menstrual cycle, what is mean by the menarche, and what is mean by the menopause. Menstrual cycle can be divided into 4 phases. The 4 phases are: first one, menstrual phase. It is also called as a bleeding period. The next is the follicular phase before the egg is released. The third one is ovulatory phase when the egg is released, and the fourth one is the luteal after release of the egg. So 4 phases of menstrual cycle: menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and the luteal phase. Now we'll see one by one phase in brief. The first one is the menstrual phase. The days 1 to 5. Menstrual flow occurs due to the breakdown of endometrium lining of the uterus. Uterus is lined by the endometrium tissue, and when there is a first phase, there is a menstrual flow occurs, and it is due to the breakdown of endometrial lining of the uterus. Second is the follicular phase. The days are 5 to 14 days. Here, what will happen? The primary follicles are transformed into the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle is the mature follicle. So here what happens actually? The primary oocytes finishes meiosis 1 and it becomes the secondary oocyte with a polar body. Endometrial wall of the uterus regenerates. In follicular phase, the release of gonadotropin hormones, that is LH and FSH, increases. This causes follicular growth, and the growing of follicles produce the estrogen. And LH and FSH are at their peak in this middle of the cycle. That is the 14th day. The third phase is ovulatory phase, day 14. The rupture of Graafian follicle to release ovum. The process is called ovulation. This phase is called ovulatory phase. The fourth phase is the luteal phase, days 14 to 28. The remains of Graafian follicles get converted into corpus luteum. Corpus luteum acts as an endocrine gland producing progesterone. The progesterone helps in maintenance of the endometrium, which is necessary for implantation. So these are the 4 phases of menstrual cycle. In this diagrammatic representation, you will get an exact idea. So here the 4 phases have been shown, and particularly you will find the changes occur in the ovary and the uterus. Why the changes are there? Due to the secretion of the hormone. So here the first one is change in the pituitary hormones takes place. FSH and LH levels, you can see they are at their peak level. And due to that, what happens? The changes in the ovary takes place. So here you will find the developing follicle, and here the Graafian follicle, which is mature one. And the 14th day, the ovulation period is there. Then the changes in the ovarian hormone. So the estrogen and progesterone hormones are released. Progesterone hormone is also called as a pregnancy hormone. It helps to maintain the pregnancy. And here you will find the changes in the uterus. That is the lining, endometrium tissue linings. When the first phase, when there is a bleeding occurs, then the follicular phase, then the ovulatory phase on 14th day, and the last one is the luteal phase. So total days, 28 days of cycle will be there. Our next point is fertilization and implantation. Fertilization and implantation. During copulation, cutis, semen is released by the penis into the vagina is called as an insemination. The motile sperms swim rapidly, pass through the cervix, enter into the uterus, and finally reach the junction of isthmus ampulla, ampullary isthmus junction of the fallopian tube. In this fallopian tube, in this region, the fertilization occurs. If the ovum and sperms are transported simultaneously to the ampullary isthmic junction, the fertilization occurs. The process of fusion of sperm with ovum is called fertilization. So already you know that the sperm and the ovum, these are the male and the female gametes. They are haploid. The fusion of haploid sperm with haploid ovum will give rise to the zygote, which is a diploid one. And the process of fusion of sperm with the ovum is called as a fertilization. And fertilization takes place here in the fallopian tube, particularly ampullary isthmic junction. Here you will find the sperm's contact with zona pellucida of the ovum induces changes in the membrane that blocks the entry of the other sperm. Acrosome of the sperm secretes lytic enzymes, helps in the penetration into the ovum cytoplasm through zona pellucida and plasma membrane. So here you will find a diagram. The ovum is surrounded by few sperms. So ovum is having this zona pellucida, and here you will find the acrosome of the sperm. Sperm diagram already you know. The head is having the acrosome. This acrosome is having lytic enzymes that will help in the penetration of into the ovum. So here you will find the diagram in which the ovum is surrounded by few sperms, and only one sperms get entry into the ovum. Meiotic division of secondary oocyte after sperm enters plasma membrane of the ovum. Second meiotic division, second polar body, and ovum is formed. Nucleus of the ovum and sperm fuses and they will form zygote. So here the haploid ovum and haploid sperms, gametes, male and female gametes, they fuses and diploid zygote is formed. Sex of the baby decided this stage. So after this fusion, the sex of the baby will be decided. So here the question arises how the sex determination occurs. So here sex of the baby is determined during the fertilization and in the zygote. Sex is determined by sex chromosome present in the zygote. Human female contains XX chromosome and male contains XY chromosomes. So a female is having XX and male is having XY. So homogametic and heterogametic condition. All the female gametes produce 22 autosomes and only one X chromosome. Hence, they are homogametic. So there are 46 chromosomes. Out of 46, 23 pairs will be there. Out of that 23, 22 will be the autosomes, and last pair will be the sex chromosome. So here you will find the sperms produced by the male, 50% has 22 autosomes with X and 50% has 22 autosomes with Y chromosomes. Hence, they are heterogametic. So the sperms are heterogametic, whereas the ovums are homogamic. The fusion of androsperm, that is 22 plus Y, with ovum results in the male body. And the fusion of gynosperm is 22 plus X with ovum result in the female body. So the sperms, 50% of the sperms are having the Y chromosome and 50% of the sperms are having X chromosome. If the fusion with the Y chromosome with ovum, male body baby, and if the fusion of this X chromosome with ovum, then it will be the female body. Zygote with XX chromosome develop into the female, and with XY chromosome develop into the male. So here you will find the sex is determined in the early stage. So here you will find the diagrammatic representation. Here the sex determination parents, you will find 44XY, 44XX. So heterogametic condition, homogametic condition. So here you will find the sperms, they are produced, and here see 50% of the sperms are having X and 50 are having Y chromosome. Whereas here in the female, the only the X chromosomes are there. So you will find if the fusion of this X chromosome with this X, then baby girl will be there, and Y chromosome with the X, then the baby boy will be there. So see the chromosome complement. If it is a baby girl, 44 plus XX. If it is a baby boy, 44 plus XY. So the sex is determined depending upon the chromosome. So here also you will find 44 plus X5, 44 plus XX. So here they have shown the total chromosome. Total chromosomes are 46. So 44 plus these two, 46. So here the haploid conditions will be there. 50% of the sperms are having X, 50% are having Y. Heterogametic conditions. So here you will find the ovum, they are the homogametic condition. Then here the zygote, when it forms, here 44 plus XX and 44 plus XY. If XX fusion is there, X from the male and X from the female, then it is a baby girl. Y from the male and X from the female, then it is a baby boy. So XX and XY, they are the sex chromosome. So sex determination occurs in the early stage. Here in this diagram, you will get an idea fertilization and passage of growing embryo through the fallopian tube. You have already studied about the female reproductive system. So here you will find this is a fallopian tube, and you will find the presence of the ovary will be there, and when the sperms enter into the female genital tract, they travel through this passage and the fertilization occurs. So when the fertilization takes place, here you will find the zygote is developed, and that zygote further undergo the cleavage. Cleavage means repeated mitotic division, 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage. These are the cleavage. After cleavage, morula is formed. A ball-like structure with blastomeres will be formed. And then the blastocyst, the morula, after morula, the blastocyst is developed with these 2 layers will be there. And here it will be implanted into the endometrium tissue of the uterus, and that is called as a implantation. So this is a diagram which will give you the idea regarding the fertilization and passage of growing embryo through the fallopian tube. Here, zygote from the isthmus to uterus, mitotic division, first cleavage, first 36 hours, 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells, they are called as a blastomeres. And embryo with 8 to 16 blastomeres is called as a morula. This morula divides continuously and it will form hollow ball-like structure. It is called as a blastocyst. The blastomeres in blastocyst arrange into 2 layers. An outer layer is called trophoblast and inner cells are called inner cell mass. Trophoblast cells attaches to the endometrium. It helps in the implantation. and the development of the placenta. The inner cell mass get differentiated into the embryo. The complete attachment of blastocyst to the uterine endometrium is called as a implantation. It is called as a implantation. When the blastocyst attaches to the endometrium tissue of the uterine, it is called as a implantation. So in this diagram, you will get an idea regarding this fertilization and the implantation. So you see here the egg and the sperm. First is the fusion. The egg and sperm fuses and they will give rise to the zygote. The zygote undergo the cleavage stages, mitosis. That is 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage, 16-cell stage, and it will form a ball-like structure. It is called as a morula. And after this stage, you will find blastocyst. So this blastocyst is having the two layers. Outer is the trophoblast layer and inner is the cell mass. This trophoblast attaches to the uterine endometrium, and this process is called as a implantation, and inner cell mass differentiated to embryo. So here you will find the blastocyst, which is showing the trophoblast layer and inner cell mass, and it is attaching into the endometrium wall of the uterus, and that is called as the implantation. So in today's presentation, we have studied about the menstrual cycle and the fertilization and implantation. Thank you.